Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining. I'm Danny White, President of the UAGC Student Veterans of America Chapter. Our theme today, Stronger Together, is something I lived throughout my career. From leading Marines in Iraq to working in IT and cybersecurity, and now proudly graduating from UAGC just 3 weeks ago. What we'll share today is how our chapter embraced team learning as the foundation for growth, connection, and leadership development. One of the greatest strengths of our chapter is the people who make it work. Our Vice President, Melissa, represented UAGC at the SVA Leadership Institute last year and continues to bring her experience as an active duty spouse. Our Executive Administrator, Chris, is a spouse and caregiver of a Marine Corps combat injured veteran. She took the initiative to run our cabinet meetings and kept us moving while graduating this past spring. Our Executive Assistant, Kiera, and I met at NatCon earlier this year, and we instantly bonded over a few whiskey cocktails, amongst other things. That connection reminds me of how this chapter fosters genuine relationships and lifelong friendships. Our public relationship officer, Vander, is someone I first mentored in the CHAMPS program, and that experience naturally evolved into his leadership role today. Our mentor and mentee relationship supported the launch of our new UAGC SVA mentoring program. Together, these stories highlight that our chapter isn't just about positions, it's about people, relationship, and shared growth. At events like SVA NACON and the Air Force Leadership Symposium, which I had the privilege of attending with a few faculty, classmates, and Dr. Packard, I saw firsthand how diverse voices elevate the conversation. That principle is what makes our cabinet work so well. Every member brings something different, and together we create more than what we could alone. For me, team learning means never carrying the load alone. In the Marines, it was my platoon. Later, at the peak of my corporate career, I took a leap of faith and left to run my own business. After things didn't go quite exactly according to plan, a year later, I returned and sold it and then returned to school. And I'll be honest, I felt isolated. But when I joined SVA, that changed. Attending meetings and hearing the stories of other veterans and military-affiliated students reminded me that I wasn't alone. Every connection gave me perspective, and together we grew stronger. That's what team learning means to me, growing through connection, accountability, and shared responsibility. Now, to show you an example of how this plays out in action, we'd like to share a short clip from our Memorial Day walk, a project that brought together veterans, families, and supporters in a powerful way. SVA is a national organization with over 1,600 chapters worldwide. Their mission is to provide resources, network support, and advocacy to, through, and beyond higher education. Our UAGC chapter is new, founded in 2024, but we've already made huge strides. We've connected with the national network, attended national regional conferences, and even represented at the highly selective Leadership Institute conference. Like most of our personal journeys, returning to school later in life, our chapter proves it's never too late to build something meaningful. We may be young, but our momentum is strong. None of what we've achieved has been the work of one person. From our newsletter to events to sharing resources on mental health and suicide prevention, It's been a team effort. As a Marine, I learned that leadership is not only leading by example, but also recognizing that everyone has a unique role. Our chapter operates this way. Everyone contributes, and the result is far greater than the sum of its parts. And speaking of results, I'll now like to turn over to our esteemed UAGC SVA Vice President, Melissa Galaise, for the next section. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Danny. So, my name is Melissa Galaise, and I am an active duty military Army spouse. I was the founding executive administrator of our UAGC SVA chapter, and I am the current vice president of the chapter. I'm also a student success program coordinator in the Champs Peer Mentoring Program here at UAGC. And I am going to start with our chapter strategies. The first strategy is collaboration. We collaborate with other departments across UAGC, such as career services, and we collaborate with organizations outside of UAGC, like 4Block, and we do this to gather resources and information that we then bring back to our chapter members. This is a way that helps us drive our team learning. Next is accountability. Our chapter officers and advisors have clear and defined roles within the chapter, but we also have shared goals and projects. We put together a kids coloring packet for our military appreciation event at commencement. We created a list of student support resources, and we've created a member highlight section in our chapter. And these are all just some examples of how we are a great team when we work together. Innovation. This is my favorite one because we have such a well rounded group of exceptional individuals that new ideas happen in the chapter all the time. We are to the point where we have so many ideas that we can only pick a few to focus on at once, and this is a great problem to have. The next slide. Interdisciplinary collaboration. So I touched on collaboration earlier, but I want to take a second now to look at it a little bit closer. We work with everyone because we are military affiliated students in every degree program, every club, and all over UAGC. As was mentioned, we've partnered with career services for military specific career opportunities, and we are in the process of collaborating with the other UAGC clubs and communities to bring in more information. We collaborate with the National SVA organization for events like NatCon, the National Conference, Regional Summit, Leadership Institute, Washington Week, and more. The national organization is also where we find scholarship opportunities for our students. The picture here is of our founding president, Clinton Birchfield, and that is the CEO of SVA, Jared Lyons. And this is when Clint graduated from the Leadership Institute, which is one of those national SVA opportunities. Next slide. Team learning and our SVA chapter growth. As I reflect on the impact of team learning, I can see that our chapter's growth has been fueled by working together. Instead of each individual member, cabinet, and advisor focusing on their own role, we've built cohesion across academic, professional, and personal development. We collaborate to strengthen how we engage with our UAGC students, and that has helped us retain our members. And we also create that sense of community and camaraderie, which is another thing that helps us retain the SVA members that we have, and we do continue to grow that membership. Through our collaboration, our cabinet hasn't just grown as leaders individually, but we've grown as a team. And as a result, our chapter has been able to expand opportunities and create additional experiences for military affiliated students within the chapter. Next slide. Let's look at some cabinet insights. One of the most powerful aspects of our continued growth has been hearing directly from our cabinet members about what it means to lead as a team. Each of us has learned that leadership isn't about going at it alone. It's about leaning on one another's strengths and sharing responsibilities and learning through both challenges and successes. Working as a unified team has allowed us to shape that collective vision for our current chapter, and this makes us stronger together as we grow as leaders in ways that we would not have thought possible on our own. And that might sound cliche, but it is true. These firsthand insights remind me that leadership is a team effort, and when we learn together, we lead better together. All right, some final thoughts, but first, the picture off to the left is the National Conference NatCon ball that was held in 2025 in Colorado Springs. The conference always closes out with a ball. And in this picture is myself, Melissa Galaise, and then we have our current president, Daniel White, our advisor, Larissa Armstead, and our executive assistant, Kier Turpin. Next to that picture is from the regional summit, another SVA national level event that takes place in the summer. This one was in Denver in 2024. And this picture was taken at a service project where we went and cleaned up a national park. The logo on the bottom is our official UAGC SVA chapter logo that we use. And here are a few key takeaways that I just want to leave you with. First, team learning has truly been the foundation of our chapter's success. Second, collaboration doesn't just strengthen a team, it also develops individual growth. Each member develops new skills while contributing to that larger mission. And finally, working as a unified leadership team has helped us all build a supportive community that allows our military affiliated students to thrive in our UAGC SVA chapter. So, thank you for attending our session, Stronger Together Team Learning and Vision in the UAGC Student Veterans of America SVA chapter. Please complete the survey attached to this session and let us know your thoughts on team learning in the UAGC SVA chapter. And thank you again.